Hey everyone, it's Casey Neistat here. You know I love to travel, I love exploring new places, meeting new people, and experiencing different cultures. But here's the thing, travel can be expensive and honestly kinda predictable. We've all seen those same tourist traps, those long lines, and those overpriced restaurants. Today we're diving into some unconventional travel tips that will change the way you see the world. We're talking about how to travel smarter, cheaper, and with a whole lot more adventure. Get ready to ditch the guidebook and embrace the unexpected. Alright, first up, let's talk about timing. Everyone wants to travel during the summer, right? Big mistake. Peak season means peak prices, peak crowds, and let's be honest, peak stress. Who needs that? Instead, think about traveling during the off-season. You'll find cheaper flights, cheaper accommodation, and you won't be fighting your way through hordes of tourists. Plus, you get to experience a different side of your destination, a little quieter, a little more authentic. Think about it, wouldn't you rather wander through ancient ruins without 1,000 selfie sticks in your face? Or snag a table at that charming little cafe without having to wait in line for an hour? Off-season travel is where it's at. I remember this one time I went to Iceland in the middle of winter. Everyone told me I was crazy, but it was incredible. The northern lights were out of this world and I practically had the whole country to myself. Look, I get it, sometimes you have to travel during peak season, family commitments, school breaks, whatever. But if you have the flexibility, seriously consider shifting your travel dates. Your wallet and your sanity will thank you. Next up, let's talk transportation. When you're in a new city, it's tempting to just hop in a taxi or order an Uber, but trust me, you're missing out on a huge part of the experience. Public transportation is where it's at. Not only is it way cheaper, but it's the best way to get a feel for the rhythm of a city. Jump on a bus, hop on the subway, ride the tram, whatever they've got. You'll be surprised by what you see and who you meet. I remember this one time I was in Tokyo, and I decided to navigate the city using only their subway system. It was a bit overwhelming at first, but I ended up having these amazing chance encounters with local people. I even stumbled upon this hidden ramen shop that was the best I've ever had. Plus, let's be real, navigating public transportation is an adventure in itself. It's all part of the fun. Just make sure you do a little research beforehand, grab a map, download a transit app, and don't be afraid to ask for help. Alright, let's talk accommodation. Hotels can be crazy expensive, and let's be honest, they can be kind of isolating. You're stuck in your little room, ordering room service, not really connecting with anyone. If you want a more authentic and affordable experience, check out hostels or even couch surfing. I know you might be thinking, Casey, hostels really? But trust me on this one. Hostels have come a long way. They're not just for backpackers anymore. You can find amazing hostels with private rooms, cool common areas, and a real sense of community. Plus, you'll meet people from all over the world, share stories, and maybe even make some lifelong friends. And then there's couch surfing. It's exactly what it sounds like. You stay with locals for free. It's a great way to experience a city from a local's perspective, get insider tips, and maybe even learn a few new phrases in another language. I've stayed in some pretty incredible places through couch surfing, from a cozy apartment in Paris to a houseboat in Amsterdam. It's all about stepping outside of your comfort zone and embracing the unknown. Let's talk food, because let's be real, food is a huge part of the travel experience. But here's the thing, tourist traps are a trap. They're overpriced, the food is often mediocre, and you're missing out on the real culinary gems. The best way to find amazing food when you're traveling is to eat where the locals eat. Skip the fancy restaurants with the English menus and head to the hole-in-the-wall spots where you might not even recognize half the dishes. Ask the locals for recommendations, check out food blogs, or just wander around and see what smells good. Don't be afraid to try new things, even if you don't know what they are. That's part of the adventure. I remember this one time I was in Thailand, and I stumbled upon this little street food stall. They were serving this spicy noodle soup that I'd never seen before. It was hands down the best meal I had on that entire trip. Alright, this last tip is for those of you who want to travel longer, travel deeper, and give back while you're at it. Consider volunteering or doing a work exchange. There are tons of organizations all over the world that are looking for volunteers. You could be teaching English, working on a farm, helping with conservation efforts. The possibilities are endless. Work exchanges are another great option. You exchange your skills for accommodation and sometimes even food. You could be working at a hostel, helping out at a local business, or even teaching yoga. Volunteering or doing a work exchange is an incredible way to immerse yourself in a new culture, learn new skills, and make a real difference. Plus, it's a great way to stretch your travel budget. I spent a summer volunteering at an elephant sanctuary in Thailand, and it was one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. I learned so much about animal welfare, and I made lifelong friends with the other volunteers. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these tips, make sure to like and subscribe for more travel hacks. Remember, travel doesn't have to be expensive or predictable. Embrace the unconventional, step outside of your comfort zone, and you'll be amazed at what you discover. Safe travels, everyone.